Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lesia and today I'm going to be doing a review of Marian Case's series of the Walsh sisters. So let's get into it. If you haven't heard anything about the Walsh Sisters series, it's a series of books. There are 5 books in total by a writer, Marian Case, who is writing in a manner that would be probably called chick lit by most people, but it's a bit deeper than that. And her book, one of the books in this series, is one of my favorite books ever. So I would love for you to get to know the author. So the Walsh Sisters series, or the Walsh family as they are also called, are 5 different books about each of the sisters' separate story. And in these books, Marian Case is tackling most of problems that women encounter in their lives, like addictions, sicknesses, illnesses, accidents, all kinds of marital problems. Those are all issues that she is mentioning and is working through in her own novel. And the first book is the book that I mentioned not so long ago. It's called Watermelon. It's dedicated to the eldest sister, Claire. Claire is living in America and she just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. And this is when her husband decides to tell her that he's leaving her for another woman. And this is how the story starts. So the story of Claire is a story of her regaining her self-confidence, a story of her battling through, and a story of James, her husband, coming back in the most inopportune moment, and they're working on their relationship, how that's going. So that book was quite a nice fast read. It's supposed to bring lots of giggles from you, but also it's kind of deep and you can really sympathize with the main heroine. It wasn't my favorite though, because some of the inner monologue of Claire was very tediously long and unnecessarily rambling. I have to say, you don't have to read all of these books in the same order. You can pick out any books in any particular order, and there are cross-references to the other sisters in each book, and the only books that cross-reference each other's stories is the Watermelon, which is the first book, and the last book, which is called The Mystery of Mercy Close, which is this one. I reviewed it not so long ago. So the next book in the series is the one that is my favorite, and it's called Rachel's Holiday by Marian Case. And it's a lovely book. It's one of the most funny, genuinely nice and deep books that I've read. It's about Rachel, who is living in New York, and she's living this glamorously nice life. She's not too satisfied with it, but something happens and she ends up in the hospital being told that she has tried to commit suicide, which is of course totally bullshit, as Rachel thinks, because obviously she did not try to commit suicide. It was just an unfortunate accident. And this is basically how her parents decide that she has a problem with narcotics. So that's a really fun story, and what I like about it even more is that we end up finding out lots of stuff about Rachel's life. She's very humorous. This heroine is my favorite out of all of them. There's a very nice storyline in there. I really love Luke, and generally this is a very nice book about important topics handled very masterfully. So I very liked the fact that Rachel is an unreliable narrator, which we don't find out from the beginning, but it's so joyous. You kind of have a hint of it, but it's just so genuinely funny and written from the first person that you just have to enjoy it through and through. So this one won't make you cry, but it will make you laugh, it will make you feel good, and it will make you realize that some problems are deeper than they seem. The third book is about Margaret, the third sister in the household of Walsh family, and this book is called Angels, and this is a story of Margaret's marriage. Margaret's marriage goes kaboom practically. She finds out that her husband is cheating on her and she is going to LA to unwind, which is why the book is called Angels. And well, this is the book that I liked least out of all the series. It was kind of a bore, in all honesty. I finished it, of course, and it was nice, but I just didn't find it as entangling, engaging as the other books by Marian Case. Basically, it's a story of Margaret's freedom. Margaret was always the nice girl in the family, always did what she was told. This is her breakaway, this is how she regains her self. This is how she finds balance in her life and other things with it. So yeah, it's nice. It had some mention of Hollywood and lots of waitresses that try to make it as actresses. Yeah, it was really amusing, but definitely not my favorite. Then comes the fourth book in the series, which is called Anybody Out There by Marian, and this is my second favorite after Rachel's Holiday. It was superb, I gotta say, and this is about Anna. And Anna is a nice character. We have her described a bit in Rachel's Holiday, and I really liked her description then. And this is wonderful. This is really a book that you're probably going to be rereading as you go through life. And I'm not going to be spoiling away too much, but this is a story of Anna. Anna Walsh is officially a wreck. She is lying in Dublin in her parents' house and dreaming about getting to New York, getting back to Aiden. But apparently her family isn't keen on the idea of her being reunited with him, and Aiden doesn't seem to be willing to come in contact. So I'm not going to be saying much more, but this is a lovely story. What I liked about it is also that Anna's career is touched upon in this book, and this is really fun because Anna is working in a cosmetics company as a PR specialist, and she has this huge struggle with their boundaries, like corporate boundaries they all have. It's kind of, if you compare it in brand-wise, it's probably like Benefit Cosmetics, also girly and giggly, and she has to dress appropriately even though that she's much more serious inside, and it was very joyous and nice and also heartbreakingly sad. I loved this book. I definitely recommend it as a standalone, as one of the series. Anyway, this is a really nice book. Last but not least, this is the last book in the series. It's called The Mystery of Mercy Close. If you haven't heard my previous reviews on the subject, this is the part of story of Helen Walsh. And Helen Walsh is really also touched upon in other books, and most of all in Rachel's Holiday, I suppose. Helen is the youngest sister who has always had a knack for witty, sarcastic humor, and she also has a knack for private investigations. And this is the story of Helen's tumble down the way, where Helen has some problems. Apparently, she doesn't believe in love, fear, depression, or her drinks. She has this thing called the shovel list, where she puts or mentally writes down things that she would like kick with a shovel. And this is something I also really like about Helen. She's clever and funny and very nice. And also, this is a problem, very funny problem. She has her own problems struggling with depression, which is really nice. And nice. I don't really mean nice, I mean that the subject is very important, and I liked Marian Kay's take on it. And she also has to solve a disappearance in the progress of the book. And of course, it wouldn't be a complete story without two love interests, one a previous boyfriend and one her current boyfriend who's a cop. And yeah, this is just a genuinely nice book, and it's a beat. Even though it's about depression, it's really a beat, and it's nice and it's life-affirming. So yeah, please let me know down below if you have read any books by Marian Case and whether you're going to read any of the books by Marian Case. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!